The Galactic Library, a vast repository of knowledge that spans entire galaxies, has long held dominion over the history and records of every civilization. Within its halls are the truths of all species, save for one, humanity. The library, for reasons unknown, has systematically erased all records of human existence. Official records state that humanity was a primitive, violent species wiped out during the Great Galactic Purge. The truth, however, remains locked away. Lyra Faulkner, a determined human historian, knows something is missing. Humanity, with its boundless creativity and ambition, couldn't have simply vanished from the face of the galaxy. She's spent years studying the library's fragmented records, searching for any hint that would explain why humanity was so thoroughly erased. The more she digs, the more she finds discrepancies. It's as if the galaxy's greatest minds went out of their way to erase humanity, not out of failure, but out of fear. One day, Lyra uncovers an encrypted manuscript hidden in the restricted archives, a section so secretive that even the library's most trusted agents are hesitant to enter. As she decodes the manuscript, she stumbles upon a letter, a relic from a time long forgotten. The letter is written by the last surviving human, Marcus Kane, who fled the Galactic Purge by escaping to the furthest reaches of space. His words tell a story of a species capable of harnessing space-time itself, manipulating the very fabric of reality. Humanity, it turns out, had powers that threatened the balance of the galaxy. The Galactic Purge was not a punishment for humanity's violence, but a calculated act to prevent their extraordinary abilities from ever being used. The galaxy's powers saw humanity's potential as a threat to their own dominance. As Lyra reads further, she realizes that humanity was not destroyed due to their violent nature, but because they were too powerful, too capable of reshaping the universe itself. The Galactic Council saw humanity's potential as a danger to their control and moved to erase every trace of the species to ensure their influence remained unchallenged. Lyra's discovery shakes her to the core. But rather than retreat, she becomes determined to uncover more. She realizes that the key to humanity's future lies in recovering the lost artifacts, relics that would prove the truth of humanity's abilities. Each artifact holds a piece of the puzzle, and Lyra embarks on a dangerous journey across the galaxy to find them. Her quest takes her to distant planets, some abandoned and others guarded by dangerous forces. Along the way, Lyra encounters hostile species, some of whom try to sabotage her mission, afraid of the truth she seeks to uncover. The galactic powers, who once eradicated humanity's history, will stop at nothing to ensure the truth remains hidden. But Lyra presses on, uncovering ancient texts, relics, and devices that point to humanity's once great power. The relics she recovers tell a story of a civilization that once manipulated space-time, opening wormholes that allowed them to travel vast distances in the blink of an eye. They were not conquerors, they were explorers, creators, and innovators. The galaxy had feared them not because of their aggression, but because their potential could upend the balance of power. Humanity had built technology that allowed them to cross galaxies and alter time itself. But Lyra's journey is not without its dangers. The Galactic Council, fearing that humanity's truth would once again give rise to their power, sends its most lethal agents to stop her. Lyra is forced to outwit them at every turn. Each new revelation places her in greater peril, but she cannot back down. The truth about humanity's greatness must be known, no matter the cost. As she deciphers the final artifact, Lyra learns the ultimate truth: humanity's power was not a danger to the galaxy, but a key to understanding the universe's very structure. Humanity was a species capable of unlocking the fundamental laws of existence itself, and the Galactic Council had acted to suppress that knowledge before humanity could realize its potential. With this final piece of the puzzle, Lyra broadcasts the truth to the galaxy, exposing the Council's lies. The revelation shakes the foundations of galactic politics, causing a ripple effect that changes everything. The galaxy, once fearful of humanity, now views them with respect. Species that once saw humans as a threat now recognize their potential for cooperation and partnership. Humanity's legacy, long buried, is now restored, and their history is no longer erased. Lyra's victory is not just a personal triumph, it's a triumph for humanity itself. The truth has been revealed, and with it comes the possibility of a new era. The galaxy now knows that humanity's place among the stars is not one of destruction, but one of creation and discovery. Lyra returns home, knowing that humanity's future is only just beginning. The galaxy, once controlled by a few, now faces a new chapter, one where humanity will rise to take its rightful place among the greatest civilizations in the universe. Lyra Faulkner sat in the depths of the Galactic Library, her fingers moving rapidly over the ancient data terminals. The vastness of the library was suffocating, its endless rows of records and encrypted documents hiding secrets of entire civilizations. Yet, for all the information stored here, one thing was strikingly absent: humanity. Official records stated that humanity had been wiped out during the Great Galactic Purge, a primitive species eradicated for their violent tendencies. But Lyra didn't buy it. The more she dug, the more she discovered inconsistencies. There was something wrong with the story the library told. She had always felt an unshakable conviction that humanity hadn't been eradicated for the reasons the library claimed. She was a historian, one of the few humans allowed to access the restricted sections, and for years, she had quietly worked to uncover the truth. She had always sensed that humanity's disappearance was not as simple as the authorities wanted the galaxy to believe. The official story painted them as reckless, a threat to the peace of the galaxy. Yet no records explained how or why humanity's influence was wiped from existence. Her eyes landed on an encrypted manuscript, tucked away in the deepest vault of the library. The manuscript was unlike any other she had encountered, hidden under multiple layers of security, its encryption almost impossible to break. As Lyra worked tirelessly to decode it, the library's security systems began to react. She knew she had triggered something dangerous. She barely avoided a trap meant to erase her memory and return her to the surface as if nothing had happened. It took days, but eventually Lyra uncovered a letter, a message from a time long past, one that had been deliberately hidden from the galaxy's eyes. The letter was from Marcus Kane, the last surviving human. He had fled the galaxy during the Purge, escaping into the farthest reaches of space. His words shocked her to the core. Humanity, he wrote, was not the violent, war-hungry species the library portrayed them as. Instead, humanity possessed a power far greater than anyone had ever realized: the ability to manipulate space-time itself. This power, Kane explained, was what had caused the galaxy to fear them. The Galactic Purge had not been an act of justice against a violent species. It had been a calculated move to prevent humanity from using their abilities. Other galactic species, fearing the implications of humanity's power, conspired to erase every trace of them. The library was complicit in this cover-up. Humanity had been a force for peace and exploration, but the galaxy's elite had seen their power as a threat. The manipulation of time and space was not something they could allow a single species to control. Lyra was stunned, reading and rereading the letter. Marcus Kane had left behind not just a message, but the truth that would shake the galaxy to its very core. The letter confirmed everything Lyra had suspected. Humanity had been erased from history not because they were dangerous, but because they were too powerful, too capable of reshaping the galaxy. The galactic powers had seen humanity's potential as a threat to their control and had eliminated them as if they were an inconvenient memory. Lyra knew that she could not stop here. This was just the beginning. She had to find more evidence, more relics to prove the full extent of humanity's forgotten legacy. The galaxy needed to know the truth. If she could uncover the relics from humanity's past, she could expose the conspiracy that had buried their history. She set off immediately, traveling to distant worlds, some desolate, others thriving with the remnants of civilizations that had once interacted with humanity. Each planet held a clue, a piece of the puzzle. But as she moved from world to world, Lyra encountered resistance, hostile species, forces that had no interest in letting the truth be uncovered. The galactic elite had placed agents in every corner of the galaxy to ensure that humanity's legacy remained buried. Lyra faced many challenges, each more dangerous than the last. She had to navigate political intrigue, avoid the traps set by the galaxy's most powerful factions, and stay one step ahead of those who would rather see her dead than let the truth be exposed. But she couldn't stop. The relics she uncovered, ancient texts and artifacts, told a story of humanity that had never been known to the galaxy. These relics were not weapons of war, as the library had suggested. Instead, they were tools of exploration, devices created by humanity to manipulate the fabric of space and time. The more Lyra learned, the more she realized how far humanity's reach had been. They had not been conquerors, they had been explorers, creators who sought to understand the universe's deepest secrets. Humanity had once traveled across galaxies, altered the very essence of reality, and shaped the cosmos. But their gifts were too great, too powerful. The galaxy's ruling species, frightened of what humanity could achieve, had decided to act. They had wiped out humanity, erased their history, and suppressed the knowledge of what they were capable of. Every step Lyra took brought her closer to the final piece of the puzzle. But the deeper she dug, the more dangerous it became. The galactic powers would stop at nothing to prevent the truth from coming to light. Their agents were relentless, and Lyra knew that they would eventually catch up to her. It was only a matter of time before they made their move. Lyra had learned of a final artifact, an object that would prove humanity's true capabilities. This artifact, hidden deep within the ruins of an ancient space station, held the key to understanding humanity's power. It was said to be capable of controlling the very fabric of reality. Lyra knew that if she could unlock its secrets, she could expose the full truth of humanity's legacy and bring their story to the galaxy once more. With time running out, Lyra reached the space station. It was abandoned, a ghost of a civilization long lost. But inside she found what she had been searching for. The final artifact, the key of reclamation, lay before her. As she activated it, the truth became clear: humanity's power had not been a threat. It had been a gift, a key to understanding the universe in ways no other species could. The galaxy had feared them not for their aggression, but for their ability to unravel the very fabric of reality itself. Lyra didn't hesitate. She broadcasted the truth to the galaxy, exposing the lies that had kept humanity's history buried for so long. The Galactic Council, the powers that had conspired to erase humanity, could no longer keep their secrets hidden. The truth was out, and it shook the foundations of the galaxy's order. Species that had once feared humanity now looked upon them with newfound respect. Humanity's history was restored, and with it came the possibility of a new future. Lyra had not only uncovered the truth, but she had also paved the way for humanity's return to prominence. The galaxy was no longer the same. The truth of humanity's legacy would forever change the course of its future. Lyra had proven that humanity was not a forgotten species, but a civilization that held the key to unlocking the universe's greatest mysteries. Lyra's journey had just begun. Armed with the revelation from Marcus Kane's letter, she knew that humanity's past held secrets too dangerous for the galaxy's ruling powers to allow them to be known. She set out to uncover those secrets, secrets that would prove humanity's greatness and restore their place in the galaxy. But as she delved deeper into the hidden corners of the galaxy, the path forward became fraught with peril. Her first stop was a forgotten planet in the Outer Rim, one that had once been a thriving hub of human exploration before the Purge. Now, it was nothing more than a barren wasteland, a testament to what had been erased. But Lyra knew that humanity's presence had left a mark here, one that the galactic powers hadn't been able to fully erase. There, deep within the ruins of a once great city, Lyra uncovered the first of many artifacts, an ancient star map, one that had been used by humanity's greatest explorers to chart unknown realms. The map wasn't just a piece of history, it was proof that humanity had once moved across the galaxy with ease, traveling beyond the borders of known space and exploring new dimensions. This artifact alone would change everything. Lyra knew it, but the danger was mounting. As soon as she activated the map, a hidden alert system was triggered, sending a signal to the galactic authorities. Within moments, agents were dispatched to hunt her down, determined to stop her from exposing the truth. Lyra barely escaped the planet's surface, narrowly evading capture by the agents who had been watching her every move. She was beginning to realize just how deeply entrenched the galaxy's rulers were in maintaining the lie about humanity's history. But it didn't matter. She couldn't turn back now. Humanity's past, its legacy, had to be restored. The next clue led her to a remote station, hidden within the heart of an asteroid belt. Here, she found the remnants of a long-lost technology, human-made devices capable of manipulating gravitational fields, relics that proved humanity had understood the fundamental laws of physics in ways that the rest of the galaxy had never imagined. These devices were capable of creating artificial black holes, bending light, and altering time itself. Lyra could scarcely believe what she was seeing. This was humanity's power. This was what the galaxy had feared. As she examined the devices, Lyra was struck by the realization: the galactic powers had not simply erased humanity's existence. They had actively suppressed their greatest discoveries. The very technology that could revolutionize the galaxy had been buried, hidden from the public. The more she uncovered, the more she saw that the truth about humanity wasn't just a matter of historical record, it was a matter of power. The galaxy's elites had kept humanity's achievements hidden so that no one would realize how far ahead humanity had been in terms of science, innovation, and potential. Lyra's pursuit of the truth soon became a dangerous game of cat and mouse. The agents sent after her were relentless, and Lyra knew that every step she took brought her closer to being caught. But the truth was worth the risk. If she could gather enough evidence, if she could just expose the full extent of humanity's abilities, she would force the galaxy to reckon with the past and with what humanity could offer in the future. Her next stop was a forgotten archive, once used by human researchers, hidden within the ruins of a war-torn moon. There, buried beneath centuries of rubble, she uncovered a series of detailed records that described how humanity had mastered the art of space-time manipulation. These records, more than anything she had found so far, contained the true potential of humanity's abilities. It wasn't just about wormholes or gravitational manipulation. It was about the ability to alter the very structure of the universe itself. As Lyra read through the documents, she realized just how dangerous humanity's potential had been to those who ruled the galaxy. This wasn't just about fear, it was about control. The galaxy's leaders had understood that humanity's power could tip the scales of the cosmic balance, creating a new order where they no longer held power. That's why they had purged humanity from the records, erased their legacy, and wiped out every trace of their existence. But now, Lyra knew the truth, and she was determined to make it known. She had one last relic to find, the key to unlocking the final secret. It lay in a distant star system, an ancient space station once used by humanity's most brilliant scientists. This station held the last of humanity's knowledge on space-time manipulation, a technology that had the potential to change the galaxy forever. As Lyra approached the station, she could feel the weight of what she was about to uncover. This was it, the final piece of the puzzle. The station had been abandoned for centuries, but its systems still functioned, as if waiting for someone to unlock its secrets. Inside, Lyra found the artifact she had been searching for, a crystalline device, pulsating with energy, capable of stabilizing wormholes and bending light in ways that could alter the fabric of space itself. With the device in her hands, Lyra knew that humanity's future had arrived. She had found the evidence needed to prove that humanity had not been erased for their failures, but because of the galaxy's fear of their potential. The galaxy's powers had underestimated humanity, assuming that erasing their history would keep them from ever rising again. But now, Lyra had the power to change everything. In a bold move, Lyra broadcasted her findings to the galaxy, exposing the truth to every corner of space. The evidence she had gathered, the relics, the records, the technologies, everything was now in the public eye. The truth was undeniable. Humanity had been erased not because they were violent or dangerous, but because their potential was too great to be allowed to flourish. The galaxy's elites could no longer keep the truth hidden. The reaction was swift. The Galactic Council, once so sure of their control, found themselves facing a revolution. Species that had once feared humanity now saw them as a powerful ally, a force that could change the course of galactic history. Humanity's legacy was no longer erased. It was restored. Lyra returned home, knowing that her mission had succeeded. The galaxy had been forever changed by the truths she had uncovered. Humanity was no longer a forgotten species, lost in the annals of history. They were once again a part of the galactic community, and their future, bound by the knowledge of their incredible power, had just begun. Lyra knew she was running out of time. The truths she had uncovered, the evidence that humanity had once been a dominant force in the galaxy, was too dangerous for the Galactic Council to allow it to reach the public. The final artifact she had recovered, the crystalline device capable of manipulating space-time itself, was the key to exposing humanity's true potential. But she had to act fast. The agents who had been hunting her were closing in, and the Council would stop at nothing to prevent the truth from coming to light. With the artifact in her possession, Lyra made her way to a secure location, hidden deep within the Outer Rim. It was the last place the galactic authorities would expect her to go. There, she would activate the device and broadcast her findings to the entire galaxy. The truth about humanity's greatness, its potential, and the reasons behind their erasure would finally be known. But as she prepared to send her message, the sound of approaching ships sent a wave of urgency through her. The Council's agents were nearly there. Lyra connected the device to the communication relay and began the process of transmitting her findings. The holographic display flickered to life, showing the data she had collected, the letter from Marcus Kane, the star maps, the records of humanity's technological achievements, the space-time manipulation devices, and the Galactic Council's role in erasing humanity from history. Every piece of evidence she had uncovered was now ready to be sent to every corner of the galaxy. There would be no hiding the truth anymore. But just as the transmission began, a barrage of energy blasts struck the station, knocking out the communication systems. The agents had found her. Lyra barely had time to react. She knew that if the transmission wasn't completed, the truth would remain buried, and humanity's future would be left in the hands of those who had already proven they couldn't be trusted. Desperation surged through her as she manually rerouted the transmission through a secondary system. As the seconds ticked by, Lyra held her breath, praying that the message would reach its destination. The agents were closing in, and she could hear their footsteps getting louder. There was no time left. But just as the door to the room exploded open, the transmission was complete. The message had been sent. Lyra was captured, but it didn't matter. The truth was out. Across the galaxy, species that had once feared humanity now watched as the evidence unfolded. The letter from Marcus Kane, detailing humanity's power and the galactic purge, was broadcast everywhere. The star maps, the technological relics, and the space-time manipulation devices, all of it was now known. The galaxy could no longer pretend that humanity had been a threat. The real threat had been the fear of what humanity could become. The Galactic Council scrambled to contain the fallout, but it was too late. Lyra's message had ignited a wave of change. Species that had once been silent in the face of the Council's dominance now spoke out, demanding justice for the erasure of humanity's history. The truth had shattered the Council's narrative, and the galaxy was left reeling. Lyra's sacrifice was not in vain. As she was taken into custody, she knew that humanity's place in the galaxy had been restored. The Council could try to silence her, but they could not silence the truth. The galaxy now knew what humanity had been capable of, and with that knowledge came the possibility of a new future, one where humanity would rise once again, no longer hidden in the shadows. The galaxy would never be the same. With humanity's history now part of the galactic record, new alliances formed. Species that had once viewed humanity as a threat now sought to work alongside them, recognizing the potential they held. Humanity's power, once feared and suppressed, was now seen as a source of hope. Lyra had not only uncovered the truth about humanity's past but had also paved the way for its future. In the days that followed, the Galactic Council was forced to answer for their actions. The galaxy was no longer governed by a select few who controlled the narrative. A new order was emerging, one in which humanity's voice would be heard. Lyra, though imprisoned, had set in motion a chain of events that would forever change the course of history. Humanity was no longer forgotten. It was no longer erased from the records. The galaxy, once dominated by fear of humanity's power, was now opening its doors to them once again. And with that, Lyra knew her work was done. The truth had been revealed, and humanity's future in the galaxy had only just begun.